Return to Beach Creek, Chapter 3. Darkness pressed in around Sam. Cold metal chilled his body, sending shivers through his frame. He couldn't move. Restraints held him in place, tight against the unforgiving steel of the exam table. The sharp scent of antiseptic filled the air, sterile and suffocating. Faint whispers drifted through the void, muffled and distant, like ghosts just beyond his reach. Increased neural integration. Fascinating resilience. The Ladner breed is exceptional. Project Redemption is progressing as expected. We just need more time. A sharp jolt of pain shot through Sam's body, and he tried to yelp, but no sound came out. His vision flickered. Shadows loomed over him, faceless figures with cold, calculating eyes. Then, another voice, one that didn't belong. Sam. It was distant at first, cutting through the haze like a thread of light. Sam. Sam, wake up. His eyes snapped open, glowing blue against the pre-dawn darkness. His breath came in short, ragged bursts. His body tensed, ready to fight, ready to run. But he wasn't on the table. There were no restraints, no whispers, just the soft rustling of leaves, the damp scent of earth, and Creaker. The hound's face hovered just inches from Sam's, his brow furrowed with concern. "Hey," Creaker said, voice firm but steady. "You with me?" Sam blinked, his sensors recalibrating. The dream clung to him like a shadow, the echoes of those voices still rattling in his mind. For a brief, disorienting moment, he wasn't sure where or when he was. Then Creaker nudged him, a warm, grounding presence. "Come on," he said, standing up and shaking out his fur. "Time to get going." Sam exhaled slowly, forcing the tension from his body. Whatever that dream had been, memory, nightmare, or something in between, it didn't matter now. He had a mission, right? Sam said, rising to his feet. His glowing eyes flickered as he turned toward the horizon. "Let's move." As they set off, the morning air was crisp, carrying the scent of pine and damp earth. The horizon was tinged with the soft glow of dawn, but Creaker's mind was on something far more pressing than the rising sun. "You know," Creaker said, his tone light despite the weight of their mission, "before we go solving this mystery, I say we grab a Scooby snack." Sam stopped mid-step, turning to look at him with an amused expression. "Really?" His glowing blue eyes flickered with something dangerously close to a laugh. Creaker, undeterred, was already nose-deep in an old supply stash near their makeshift campsite. "What?" he said, voice muffled as he rummaged through the snack drawer. "Even detectives gotta eat." Sam shook his head, a chuckle escaping before he could stop it. Then, with a perfectly timed smirk, he added, "Come on, Raggy." Creaker froze, then shot Sam a deadpan look, a half-chewed biscuit still hanging from his mouth. "Oh, now you're funny." Sam's tail gave a brief wag as he turned back toward the trail. "I'm just saying, if we're doing this, let's do it right. You eat, I lead." Creaker sighed dramatically, stuffing one last snack in his mouth before following. "Fine, but next time I get to be the brains of this operation." Sam snorted. "We'll see about that." With that, the two of them pushed forward, leaving behind their brief moment of humor as they stepped into the unknown. As they moved through the underbrush, Sam's mechanical frame adjusted effortlessly to the shifting terrain, his sensors scanning ahead. After a few minutes of silence, he glanced at Creaker. "So, which way to the nearest lab?" Sam asked. Creaker, still chewing on the last of his snack, mumbled something indistinct. Sam's eye glow flickered. "What?" "Maybe this way," Creaker said, swallowing the last of his biscuit and gesturing vaguely with his snout. Sam stopped, staring at him. "Shouldn't we be using charts?" Creaker blinked. "What?" "Charts. Maps. Something." Creaker scoffed. "Okay, genius. Don't you have a map in that fancy brain of yours?" Sam hesitated, then his ears twitched in realization. "Oh, yeah, my bad." His mechanical systems whirred softly as he accessed his internal database. "But it won't have secret labs on it." "Right," Creaker muttered. "Give me something to work with then." Sam turned expectantly. Creaker thought for a moment, then nodded. We're in Jackson County. Closest place I can think of that might be connected is an old industrial site near the Pascagoula River. It's been bought and sold a few times, last I heard. Some research firm owned it. Sam processed the information, pulling up relevant data. His eye glow intensified. Got it. If that's our best lead, we got a long way to go. It's more than a day's journey from here. Creaker sighed, stretching his legs. Figures. Nothing's ever easy. Sam nodded. Nope. But we better get moving. The longer we wait, the more danger Brooke could be in. As they walked, something from their earlier conversation lingered in Sam's mind. He glanced at Creaker. Tell me again what you meant by that. My short-term memory is... He blinked, his mechanical ear twitching. Short-circuiting. Creaker snorted. Oh, so now you got jokes and malfunctions? Sam smirked. Maybe. Now answer the question. Creaker walked in silence for a moment, his paws pressing against the damp earth. I meant exactly what I said, he finally answered. People like to put you in a box, tell you what you are based on where you're from, what you look like, or who your people were. But that ain't the whole story, is it? Sam considered that. No, it's not. Creaker nodded. Same goes for you, Sam. You're more than what they made you. You're not just a science project. And I'm not just some country hound. We're more than that. Sam processed his words, the sentiment striking deeper than he expected. You think God sees it that way. Creaker turned his head, studying him. What do you mean? Sam hesitated. I mean, I was made into something different. Something I never asked for. So, where does that leave me? In his eyes? Creaker stopped walking. Sam halted beside him, their surroundings momentarily forgotten. You ever read Psalm 139? Creaker asked. Sam searched his memory banks, accessing the passage. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Right, Creaker said. Ain't a mistake in that. Ain't an accident. And I don't believe for a second that what happened to you changed who you are. God don't make junk, Sam. Sam's eyes dimmed slightly, a thoughtful glow replacing their usual sharpness. But what if I was altered for something wrong? Kick his sight. Then he'll turn it for something right. Romans 8 verse 28, remember. Sam nodded slowly. He works for the good of those who love him. Creaker glanced ahead at the endless stretch of land before them and huffed. Fitting, really. 'Cause we got a long road ahead of us in more ways than one. Sam smirked slightly. Yeah, redemption and the Pascagoula River are both a long way off. Creaker chuckled. Guess we better keep walking. Sam paused, then said, That reminds me of a song. About a long road. His voice took on a thoughtful tone. Ironically, about redemption. Creaker glanced at him. Yeah? What song? Sam's voice was steady as he quoted. Redemption's a long road. Better start walking now. Creaker exhaled, nodding. Ain't that the truth? Sam continued. It's called Ghosts. It talks about letting go of your mistakes, your past, your... Ghosts. Creek chimed in. They both smiled. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Creaker smirked. Well, guess we better do what the song says, huh? Sam chuckled. Yeah, let's start walking. And so step by step, they pressed on toward the truth, toward Brooke, and toward whatever redemption lay ahead. Chapter 4. A good dog on the ground's worth 3 in the saddle. The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows through the twisted pines as Sam and Creaker trotted along the dirt road. The scent of salt water mixed with the damp musk of the woods, and somewhere in the distance, a mourning dove cooed its lonely call. Creaker's paws scuffed against the dirt, kicking up the occasional pine needle as he glanced over at Sam. You ever listen to that song? Sam by Sturgill Simpson? Sam's ears flicked at the name. You mean Johnny Blue Skies? Yes. It's about a coonhound from what I can tell. Creaker huffed a small chuckle. A good one. Loyal. The kind of dog who don't need no leash, cause his heart's already tied to his person. Sam kept his gaze forward, scanning the path ahead. You believe that is a good way to be? Creaker shrugged. Don't see no better way, do you? Sam was quiet for a few moments, the rhythmic sound of their paws against the dirt filling the space between them. The road ahead stretched long and empty, winding through the woods towards something neither of them could quite see yet. The song ends in loss, Sam finally said. Yeah, Creaker admitted. Ain't much in this life that don't. He kicked a pine cone, watching it bounce ahead before settling in a shallow groove of the road. But that ain't the point of it, is it? Sam glanced at him. No, nah. It ain't about how it ends. It's about what you do before it does. That dog, he wasn't just living for himself. He had a purpose, a reason to be. Sam processed that. Purpose, he repeated, his voice mechanical but thoughtful. Yeah. Creaker nodded. And I ain't saying I got all the answers, but I figure we're here for a reason. Same as him. We ain't just wandering for the sake of it. We're after something, Brooke, Project Redemption, the truth. And if we gotta put it all on the line to do what's right. He trailed off, kicking another pine cone. Then maybe that's just how it's meant to be. Sam was silent for a long